Sup peeps, Crypto Enigma here. Welcome back to the channel, PB. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off this October with a Bloodmoon Ursaluna sweep. Real quick, I want to say that you guys are going to notice I made various clips throughout this video, and it's because my opponent here began taking entire minutes to decide what to do. So just to kind of make things go a little bit quicker, I did just clip out the parts where nothing is happening. But with that being said, you can see here that I led with Colossal, and in order for this sweep to work here, I do need as many entry hazards as possible, and you will see why as the sweep is taking place. And I'm gonna go ahead and use spikes here with my boy Colossal, and at this point he's basically free to leave. You can see I went with smoke screen there, but I'm not going to move first. As you can see, I took this hydro pump. And that was that. Thank you, Mr. Colossal. Next, I'm going to use my boy Spydops here. And if you notice, my opponent was using Ceaseless Edge. So with that in mind, well, actually first so I did go with Silk Trap first because I know he's using Ceaseless Edge. And with Silk Trap, for those of you unaware, upon contact it lowers my opponent's speed while completely protecting me. So get some. My opponent takes the bait and he gets his speed decreased. So with that, I'm going to use another spike here. Again, I need as many entry hazards as possible. My boy gets out another Ceaseless Edge, and he's also using the spikes here. I'm not worried at all about taking damage from the spikes. They're more just an annoyance, especially since now all of the focus sashes on my team have been nullified. But I'm not worried at all because of my strat. Y'all are about to see. Nobody's in danger here other than my opponent. But yes, he takes the bait again. Since he's only using physical moves, I figured I would use Silk Trap as much as possible. And actually, the fact that I was able to successfully lower his speed twice makes a gigantic difference later in the battle, as you will see. In fact, if you notice, those two Silk Traps made my Spydops faster than my opponent's Pokemon there, so I was able to get out that last set of spikes. So I have 3 spikes out on the field, and my boy did absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Spydops. I'm gonna go ahead with my boy Houndstone. Y'all saw my boy in my previous video, and I am going to use him the exact same way that I mentioned. I'm gonna go ahead with Yawn here and give my opponent an ultimatum. He can either switch out before he goes to sleep on the next turn. Ooh, my boy took that. So he can either switch out or he can stay in with its status conditions, you know, all messed up. So my boy is thinking here, and he decides to stay in again. Those 2 Silk Traps absolutely work. My boy is already faster, so I put him to sleep, and I was able to get out this memento. And ladies and gentlemen, from this point forward, the tide of the battle begins to shift in my favor. My opponent here is basically done. You can see my boy here fell asleep. And for those of you familiar with this channel, y'all already know, baby, my incoming Pokemon Dugtrio. I rely heavily on my boy here in order to pull off a lot of these sweeps, because it works, baby, it works. Now, while my opponent is asleep, I'm gonna take full advantage of that. I'm gonna go ahead with this sand attack here first, just as a precaution. And again, if you remember, I need as many entry hazards as possible, so I am gonna use Stealth Rock next. And I'm just going to continue to work on my opponent's accuracy moving forward. Now I get one more sand attack here. Things are looking great, but my opponent wakes up and he's able to take this dub. He knocks out my Dugtrio. Boom, hydro pump to the face. But my Dugtrio here performed beautifully. Everything so far is going according to plan. Ain't nobody scared, baby. I go with my girl Gothitail here, and again, she also has Shadow Tag, and it's imperative here that she went after Dugtrio, after this Memento, after all the sand attacks and all the speed decreases. You can see I went for a Hypnosis there and I missed, and it wasn't necessary, but it would have made things just go a little easier. Now you can see I took that super effective damage, so I'm gonna go ahead with Reflect here. And what I was saying actually was that my girl here, the reason she needed to go at the end was precisely for these screens. I forget the name of the particular item she's holding. Oof, you can see I took that because of the Reflect. She's holding the item that increases the duration of moves like Light Screen and Reflect. I forget the name of the specific item, but now Light Screen and Reflect are going to last 8 turns each. And with that, keep that in mind because it's important. Now, that being said, I'm going to use one of those turns here to attempt another Hypnosis. And no can do. I miss the Hypnosis and my boy takes the dub. But that is absolutely okay because it's time, ladies and gentlemen. All I needed this whole time were those entry hazards, the screens. Ooh! And your boy Ursaluna enters the stage. And no, I did not need no baton pass this time, baby. My boy Ursaluna doesn't need a fucking thing in order to successfully sweep motherfuckers. Now, I get this Calm Mind, and there's a few things I want you guys to keep in mind. I have the 2 screens out. I'm increasing my attack and my defense with Calm Mind. My opponent has his attack decreased with this. Look at that measly damage from that Hydro Pump. My opponent has his attack and his speed decreased. So all of this is to again give my opponent here an ultimatum. You can either switch out and give me a free Calm Mind, or you can stay in battle with your stats all fucked. In either case, my Ursaluna here is gonna take full advantage of the situation. Peeped it. Ooh, Aqua Tail doing absolutely nothing. While the screens are out, I am gonna take full advantage and use Calm Mind as much as possible with the intention of raising my attack and my defense as much as possible before the screens run out, because that would be the point. Once the screens are out, I'm going to be taking a little bit heavier damage, so I need my defense as high as possible in the event that I get hit. Now, my opponent here done goofed. He missed that retaliate, and all I wanted to do was use 4 Calm Minds before I went on the offense. And with this third one here, I basically don't care what happens on the next turn, whether my opponent switches out or not. I'm gonna use this Moonlight, and oof, survivability. Peep that. I take another Hydro Pump and it does absolutely nothing. I'm gonna go for my last Calm Mind. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am fully ready to go on the attack. But my opponent panics. He terastalizes his Pokemon. Oh, he mad. So I take this final Calm Mind, and ladies and gentlemen, I am fully ready to go on the attack here. My opponent misses that Aqua Tail, and he knows he fucked up. My opponent knows it's coming. Y'all see it coming. That was the end of my Reflect. I still got one Light Screen out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and devour this motherfucker. Blood Moon, baby. One hitter quitter. My opponent probably thought he was gonna chip away as much as he could before he sends out his other Pokemons, but no can do. Bloodmoon Ursaluna is on the prowl. My boy needs to eat. My boy needs blood. Y'all see my boy took a minute there, literally a full minute there, to decide what to do next. And Spectrier takes the stage. Now, I actually wasn't sure about his typing, so I'm gonna take a while myself to decide what to do here. You're gonna see. And the reason is that off camera, I was actually Googling my boy's type to determine whether or not I should go ahead and terrestrialize here. So I used one more Calm Mind actually, just to, well, you know, just to keep things going here. I didn't want to take too long. So I go for a final Calm Mind. My opponent is faster, and again, I'm just further increasing my defense here. That was my reasoning behind that move, just to kind of take anything that he might dish out next. But again, I'm Googling here my opponent's typing, and I realize that it's a Psychic. I believe it was a Psychic, so I do not want to terrestrialize, considering my Terra type is weak to Psychic. So instead, I decided to go with this Blood Moon here. Let's get it. Woo! I'm so glad I didn't terrestrialize. I would have ran into that Psychic. I'm glad I thought that through. But now it's my turn, baby. Blood Moon to the face, and it was a crit. And also, I want to say, no, I am not using the entry hazards here for Blood Moon. I can easily decimate motherfuckers with 2 Calm Minds in the Blood Moon. That's not what the entry hazards are for. Instead, I'm about to show you why I needed the entry hazards out just as soon as my opponent here decides what to do. Again, he's in quite a pickle. I was allowing him to take his time, and he goes with Glastrier, Ice Horse. Ice Horse is out, and this is alright. Peep this. I gave my boy the Fighting Terra type because his Fighting type covers his 2 weaknesses: his normal weakness and his Ice weakness for his ground typing. So, but look at my boy, absolutely stunning, beautiful. Look at my boy, ready to fuck motherfuckers up. And Vacuum Wave, which is a priority move.
What's that smell? It smells like
bitch in here. Boom, and now everything comes to light.
It's you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my boy takes the L, but here's the deal. Vacuum Wave has 40, I believe it's 40 base power, not too strong. So I needed to get as strong as possible to make Vacuum Wave as strong as possible, and also those entry hazards chip away at my opponents, ensuring the motherfucking KO, bitches. Let's get it. My boy Ting Lu, he weakened me a little bit there, but I don't give no fucks, baby. Another Vacuum Wave to the chin. Bop! Guess what? You're a bitch. That is what these entry hazards are for. I'm not sure that they would KO my opponent without the entry hazard. I don't know if they're at 100% HP. I'm not sure how much damage I'd be causing here, but I wanted to ensure the knockout with the Vacuum Wave, so that's the reason I went with the entry hazard. Let's go, baby. Peep this. Zacian. He raises his attack, and I mean, in hindsight, I'm gonna go with Vacuum Wave here, but in hindsight, maybe I should have gone with Blood Moon. I don't know how much damage it would have dealt. It was non-effective, but it's a stronger move here. Anyway, I used with Vacuum Wave there, and he actually survived it. Boom! He returns it with that moon shit, and that's all right. I was able to survive that. Again, Calm Mind raises your special defense. That was a special attack. I did it. I hit that Vacuum Wave. Y'all know it's a priority move. And again, I did mention that it was imperative for me to raise my defense as much as possible. And now y'all are seeing the benefits of that here. For this very reason, I needed my boy to be tanky. I'm surviving all these hits. I got that Moonlight to recover from any bullshit. And peep this. Bah! No more Zacian. Vacuum Wave to the chin. My boy Bloodmoon Ursaluna, don't fuck around. I really like this Pokemon, and again, These entry hazards, I really did need them, because by using this priority move here, it ensures that I don't have to be faster than my opponent. I just needed the move to be strong enough to KO. So I was able to do it, baby. Look at this motherfucker. Y'all don't know how good this felt. Y'all don't know how many times this motherfucker foiled my plans with that move. I think it's called Surging Strikes or something. Get the fuck out of here, boy. Ooh, that felt so damn good. This motherfucker takes the L. He bows to my motherfucking Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and I take the dub, baby. And that was that, ladies and gentlemen, the Bloodmoon Ursaluna sweep. Thank you for watching, but now I have to end the show.
Hey, this was really fun.
We hope you liked it too.
Seems like we've just begun when suddenly we're through. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go. But hey, I say, well, that's okay.
'Cause we'll see you very soon, I know.
Very soon, I know. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. And tomorrow, just like today, the moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you to come and play. Come and play. Come and play. Bye now.
Watch my other shit if you'd like to, and I love you, baby.